Hi there. It is time to work on garlic and get it planted. Let me show you what we're doing. So there's two kinds of garlic. There is what is called soft neck, which you can see this is garlic that does not have kind of a hard center to it right here. So this is soft neck. This is a variety called Nootka Rose. That's new, I'm going to try this year. Another variety I'm going to try this year is called Transylvania. This I got from, I think, Baker Creek, I think. And then the rest, I think I got all of the rest from M.I. Gardner. Their prices were the best of all the different ones that I looked at this year. I'm also growing a lot of garlic from what I grew myself last year, and most of that I have are hardneck varieties. I did try to grow some softneck last year, but I don't know that it went super great. I think I had my garlic too close together. So to show you the difference, so you can see here there's kind of like a stalk in the center. That's the neck that is very hard. So that's why these are called hardneck, and there's a lot of different varieties of hardneck. These are what are called softneck. And when you would harvest this, you could, because this neck does not form this hard, like stiff stalk, you could, this is the kind of garlic that gets braided. So when you've seen like those big braids in a maybe an Italian restaurant with garlic all like bunched together, but like all their stems have been braided together, that's probably a soft neck, because hard neck, the stems are too stiff. So soft neck is really good, a type of varieties for parts of the country that would be more warm climated. Hard neck works really well in more climates that tend to have like a colder winter, which is like where I live. So, but I want to try this soft neck one more time. I've got 3 different varieties this year. So I've got the Transylvania, which I've already broken up. I've got the Nootka Rose that I'm getting ready to break up into individual cloves. And then the third one I'm going to try is something called Early Italian. I have tried growing this in this last year. I think I had things too close together though. So one of the other bonuses with soft neck is you tend to get a lot more cloves per bulb, because I don't know if it's because there's not that neck in the middle. I don't know. That's outside my pay grade and my experience. But if it doesn't go well this year with the soft neck, then I'll just give it up and just focus on the hard neck. So the hard neck varieties that I'm going to grow, I know I have some music that I saved from last year, and these got really big, some of them. So that is a good variety. I know those did well. These here might also be more music, but I wasn't sure, so I put them over here. And then I think these are a variety called German Hardy, but there might be something else mixed in, like chestnut red, I'm not sure. But then the ones that I bought, because I just wanted to try a few different varieties, and then next year I'm hopefully going to have plenty to not only have to eat through the winter and to also preserve by dehydrating, but I also have enough next year to plant and do the whole process over again. So I did get a few more chestnut red, because those I think do well. Spanish Roja, which is a smaller bulb, but it's supposed to be really flavorful. Metechi, Northern White, and Amish Rocum bulb, which these are some honking big bulbs. So what I'm doing right now is I'm just splitting everything up into the cloves. When you do that, you want to preserve, say that again. You do not want to take off the paper. So you want to just break them apart from the bulb, but you don't want to have them not have their paper on them for planting, because that is going to help protect this as it's first getting ready to sprout from, it'll protect it from things like diseases and things like that. I am also going to be, since I have so many bulbs of garlic, I'm going to be a little selective. And cloves that are rather small are not going to get planted. So those are my leftovers that I thought were kind of small from the Transylvania. You can see I've got quite a few in here, so it's not like I don't have plenty to plant. Each one of these cloves will become a head of garlic. So I'm hopefully going to have tons and tons of garlic next year. So anything that is on the small side or looks kind of meh, I'm just going to keep it and I'm going to use it for eating. So that is the Transylvanian reject for right now. And I am just going to break these up, put them in bags so that when I go outside, I've got all of the same varieties together, because I do want to try to do better this year to keep track, so that next year when I'm harvesting, I can make an informed decision about what it is that I've got, what it is that grew well, and then what I'm going to grow again for next year. So at this point, I am just trying to kind of break these apart and being as gentle as I can, because again, I want to preserve the as much of the wrapper on the individual cloves as possible. So with the soft neck, I'm just kind of using my fingernail to get a little handhold here, taking off the wrapper that is like coming off anyways. And I'm just kind of sticking my finger in here. It's a little harder one-handed with holding the camera, but until it just sort of kind of breaks apart, and then just separate them. And you can see, oh, look at that. That's a beautiful clove. It's nice and big, which is what you want. So at this point, my prep is just to continue getting these all separated, putting them in bags so that when I go outside to plant, they'll be ready to go. The other thing I am putting in each bag is a couple of markers in case I have to plant them in more than one place, because I am going to be spreading these around the whole garden a little bit, I think, as well as putting some kind of together. And when you do make your little tags, use something that says garden marker. This is one that I bought a box of off of Amazon because I tend to set them down and then can't find them. They're not terribly expensive, but this will last outside. Whereas something like a Sharpie, you would think it's permanent, but they fade from the UV rays, and next thing you know, a month or 2, 3 go by and you have a tag that doesn't have anything on it. So use a garden marker to make sure that it does not disappear on you, because garlic is going to get planted now, mid-October, and will not be harvested until around the 4th of July. When we do go to plant, this end here is what goes down, and you want it to be about, I think, 4 to 6 inches. And my garlic was really nice and sent out this is about 2 inches deep. You want them about 6 inches apart. They recommend the rows being 12-inch apart, but the actual cloves about 6-inch. And I think maybe that's where I went wrong last year. I had them like just a few inches apart with the rows, and I think they just didn't quite have as much space and nutrients as they needed for the ones in the middle. But anyways, planting information will be for another video. Garlic is ready it's time to be ready to plant garlic, so I'm getting it ready. And thanks for joining me here, prepping for Aunt Susan's garden. P.S. I have discovered that and I saw somebody else do this thing where you take the hardneck bulbs and you put the stem side down and give it a few taps. It helps loosen it up. So I was doing that, and then all of a sudden, this happened. It pops the whole core of the stem right out with that bits of the root at the bottom, which makes it then much easier to get your finger there and separate these cloves with minimal disturbance to the paper around each individual clove. Thanks for joining me here in Aunt Susan's garden.